Can you throw this one in the description? Hello everybody, welcome. I'm Mike Coe. Welcome to Open Mic. This is kind of a breaking news edition, as you can probably figure out by my appearance here. So we just discussed United Health, which has fallen about 50% since the November highs. Now, there had been prior reports that the Department of Justice was investigating the company for possible Medicare overbilling. Well, the Wall Street Journal just broke the following story. The Justice Department has been probing the company's Medicare Advantage business since at least last summer, but the nature of the potential criminal allegations is unclear. Now, I've put a link to this story in the description, or if I haven't, I soon will. So United Health has been facing growing scrutiny in Washington, including antitrust regulators challenging its planned purchase of Amedisys, Inc., and it has faced allegations of improperly overcharging the U.S. government in a long-running civil Medicare fraud case. So shares have fallen about 8% after hours. I'm going to try to get an update here. This, I think, is evidence, as we sometimes will get, that, as Guy Adami often likes to say, there's truth in price, or price is truth. The valuations that we were seeing, it was pretty clear that there was some bad news priced into the stock. A lot of bad news because the stock's only trading at about 12 times earnings. And the other thing I would just quickly say, though, is that the margins that the business has had, while maybe a little bit better than others in the managed care space, and obviously some growth, this is a problem. I don't want to understate it. My guess is that implied volatility is going to be even higher tomorrow. It's very interesting to me, too, that, as I pointed out on the earlier video that we made this afternoon, that there has been some fairly material institutional selling. Perhaps they had some insight or expectation that an announcement was going to be forthcoming. Like I said, this isn't completely new news, but it isn't good news, to be sure, because obviously the good news would be that they had been investigating and decided that no charges were going to be filed and that there weren't going to be any civil potential liabilities either. Now, one quick point I would make is that when we look at United Health, it has some competitors, but where it differs, it tends to have more exposure than some of these other businesses do. So if we're looking at Elements or Cigna or Humana, United is, number one, is the biggest. So clearly that's part of the issue. The other issue is that they are really into this Medicare Advantage space. That's been an important area for them. So I think it certainly bears watching. This also adheres to that whole idea of, the wait 3 days, which I did mention on the earlier video. So we got this bad news yesterday. It's interesting to me that the CEO has just stepped down when this was all going on during this past summer. So we knew that was happening. The CEO steps down yesterday, and then the announcement comes out today. So my guess is that the C-suite may have known that this was coming. I don't know if this comes as a complete shock, or they might have known that it was going to be coming relatively soon. I suspect that that's a possibility. So, look, be careful out there, as they used to say in Hill Street Blues. I think that was what they said. But I think we probably want to sit tight for another day or two, wait for a premium to catch a bid, and let this wash out just a little bit before picking up the stock and maybe selling some downside puts. My guess is, so they're saying 8%, that's about $24, gets us to 280. We were talking about the 280 puts. The ones that I had modeled out were the 260s. My guess is those things are going to probably open higher than the 300s were today, even though it's a lower strike. The stock may well be at that level. Like I said, not completely new news, but given I had just put out a video on this thing, I didn't want to leave this issue, just sitting in the wind without any potential update. There hasn't been any trading going on in between when that video came out. That was an after-hours video, so is this one. So the market hasn't reopened, but it is new news that this came out. So Wall Street Journal article linked below. you know, obviously, if we can get some more details, that would certainly be helpful. But yeah, that's all I have for you at this point. Keep your eyes open, and we'll probably discuss this on Open Mic on Friday, which we will be doing live at 12:30 Eastern Time. And I may post some interim updates as I learn more. Thanks for watching.